What's up guys, and welcome to Pants Off Gaming. Today's video is quite special because we're going international. So here's the thing, I've been wanting to do a video about Dungeons and Dragons for a really long time now. I started playing a couple of years back, and ever since, it's been a really big part of my life. My first group that I played with was this online group consisting of people from all across the globe, and it really hooked me on the experience of Dungeons and Dragons. So I thought, what better way to talk about D&D than to actually have some of those people join me today. So that's why we're talking English. That's that. But anyway, please give a warm welcome to Lyle and Nathan. Hey guys, how you doing?
Great, thank you. Hi.
I'm doing pretty good.
I'm Lyle.
First of all, like a big thanks for you for doing this. It means a lot to me, and I'm really looking forward to our talk. But please go ahead and let us know who you are.
Right. Okay. So my name's Lyle. I'm from Australia. I'm a nerd, and I've been playing D&D for more than 5 years, I think, at this point. And that's how I met these two people. Yeah, there's probably more to me, but that's probably the big points.
Alright, my name's Nathan. I'm from Canada. I've been playing D&D for 3.5 years. I did the math a few minutes before we started this, and it shocked me.
It's kind of at the point where you stop counting, isn't it?
Yeah.
So let's talk some D&D. What got you into Dungeons and Dragons?
Well, as I just said, it's like, you know, I'm a nerd. I like Skyrim and other role-playing games, and you know, D&D was always, you know, something I was aware of in the back of my mind. I think I watched one Critical Role episode, and that kind of inspired me to, you know, look a bit further into it, and have been loving it ever since.
My introduction to D&D is rare in that it had nothing to do with Stranger Things or Critical Role. Basically, like you, I had always, because keep in mind I'm pretty young, I had always really wanted to get into D&D ever since I was little. I saw shows that referenced it. I thought it was really cool. But when I finally got old enough and I started looking into it, it was kind of hard to wrap my head around. Like, I couldn't figure out all the details of, like, you need these 3 source books and you got to read those, and then the others just like extra stuff. But one day when I was in 11th grade, I was in a drama class. We were basically doing the school musical, and the teacher was pretty free range about it. He was just like, as long as you have your lines done, you guys can just hang around the big, like, common area. And one day I walked into the classroom, which was empty except for a few students who I knew playing, and they started playing D&D. One kid just brought the books and thought it'd be fun to show a few people, and I was the one who was sort of like, guys, like, I've always wanted to play this game. Let's make a club out of this. Let's do this regularly.
Our group, the one that we played with, was online, of course, because Lyle, you're in Australia, Nathan is in Canada, and I'm in Sweden. So we played online on Roll20. What do you feel is the biggest differences between playing in person, playing a home game, versus online?
Tabletop offers a lot more in terms of expression, and sort of being there in the moment. You're much less likely to have people going on their phone. You're a lot more likely to have people being able to express with their hands as they cast a spell or something. And I think it gives a lot of life to the game that online doesn't quite give. But online is good in that it allows you to express yourself to the extent of your resources on the internet, which is much more resources than you have in real life. In real life, if you want a nice map and a nice token, you gotta print that out or draw it, you gotta paint some nice little minis, but online you can get some beautiful artwork that is exactly what you were picturing.
And just drag and drop it, and it's just that.
And the characters can make tokens of their own little things they found that they think perfectly express who they're playing.
I think the big difference between, you know, online and in person is like the fluidity of how you express yourself. because when you're on Discord and you just voice, there's like lag and you don't know who's talking at times, and you do miss those expressions.
It's definitely like, you know, console wars or sub versus dubbed anime, where both sides have a superiority complex over the other.
Before I started playing D&D, I actually, like, my biggest fear was that I wasn't a good enough actor, because I thought that, like, you need to, like, act out everything, you know, you need to be like a certain way to be able to play.
And that probably came from, if I had to guess, a lot of the critical role and other web streams where most of them are actors or very talented at that.
You don't have to be a thespian to play D&D.
No, exactly.
Although I started out playing with thespians.
When I started, wow, I'm sure you two would probably have recognized the evolution of that. I've seen people who start and end every sentence with he said, she said, you know, he does this, he does that. My voice acting, if you can call it that at the moment, was, you know, completely shit, to put it bluntly. I mean, it still isn't great, but I have fun with it. No, you don't have to be an actor. You don't have to be good at voice acting, if at all. It's just expressing yourself. I know that I'm not a voice actor. I know I'm not an actor, but I have fun making a fool of myself.
Yeah.
We have fun when you do it too.
Another issue you can have, like, starting, is the thing about
knowing people.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah, knowing people.
Knowing people, yeah.
Strictly speaking, the reason I went to Roll20 to begin with was because after leaving the game shop I was at, I didn't know people in person to play this game with. That's why I went to Roll20, and I found endless amounts of people, and thankfully a good group of people who I've become friends with and have stayed with.
That's actually another good example of why I'm a pro of online, is that you're not nearly as limited. When you're doing in-person games, you have all these criteria you need to sort through. You know, how many people are around, how many people actually want to play, how many people would I actually get along with. You have to filter down all these things. But when you're playing online, you can completely remove the one about location, which is the one that weeds out the most people. You can still find people you don't like. You can still find people with very different play styles than you. But, like, I literally play... When we started playing our game, we were literally playing a game with not more than one, but like more than two. Sorry, my words are all over the place. But we played the game with like 3 time zones. Point is, much bigger range. When I was looking for people to join my game, I got a similar thing. I got a guy from Norway, and I got another person from like somewhere else in the States, but like a completely different time zone. They all wound up ghosting me.
It happens.
My favorite thing about Roll20 is that, like, the actual experience of getting to know you guys and getting actual friends, you know? I'm happy to call you my friends. In what time would you believe that, like, a couple of guys from Canada and a girl from Austria and a guy from Sweden and a other guy from Australia would get together and just, you know, hang out? It's amazing. To me, that's amazing.
You don't even get that playing online video games, because those are usually server based.
Exactly. Exactly.
So even online video games, which are so open.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have gotten this experience, even though, like, it's all made up, it's all, you know, but the actual experience we get to do together, we get to go on quests and slay monsters and, you know, do whatever. It actually creates bonds.
So assaulted demons.
Yeah, that I did. That I actually did. But it's amazing.
I was very proud of myself that day.
Yeah, I mean...
My character was very disappointed in you. I thought it was great.
Well,
my character was very disappointed.
No, yeah. Any last thoughts on, like, why you should start playing Dungeons and Dragons? Like,
big one for me As someone who has ADD, I can tell you that both for me in person, seeing other people and seeing people online who also have certain mental disorders like that, I can tell you that D&D is a very, very valuable asset to a lot of people like that. I have seen
In
D&D,
what way?
I have seen young children with autism who feel like they have no friends and can't express themselves start playing D&D, and it makes tremendous changes.
Yeah.
Like I've seen it in person with other people. Hell, you don't even have to have a mental disorder. Just if you feel like something of an outsider, or like people don't always get you, or you need to express yourself differently, it's great for that. Even if you're a little nervous expressing yourself with people.
I mean, that's kind of what I love about D&D, because personally, I don't have a lot of friends, and as I've told everyone in our group, and I tell everyone I interview or when I sign up to a game, D&D is my happy place because I get to be with people like me. You know, most of us are nerds. Most of us like the, the Marvel movies or Star Wars or any of the rest of it. It probably something about D&D and that type of person, but I get to have fun with those types of people, and it's the social experience with it that I love. So if you like Skyrim, if you like Zelda and you want a social experience,
doesn't even have to be video games. If you like anime,
no, it doesn't.
If you like anime
or
good for you.
finding people in person could be impossible, but go online.
It's essentially a nerdy melting pot that helps nerds with one of the things they struggle the most with: socialism.
Finding people.
No, not socialism. Socializing. Whoa. Socializing.
Anyways, thank you so much for being here, and I mean, you're more than welcome to join again. Let's talk more. That's what I'm saying. Let's do this again sometime.
Yeah. You too.
Absolutely.
The game has never been the same with you gone. Not Lyle, not to imply that it's worse.
No. Manny was
you were a
Muddy
really good
was a
role
great
player
character.
For a first player. You were a really good role player, almost to a suspicious degree.
Anyways, guys, thank you for watching. What's your take on D&D? Have you played it? Do you find it interesting? Leave a comment down below. You know you can find me on Facebook and Instagram as Pants Off Gaming. If you like what you saw, please like and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Hey do!